The Disneyland Hotel is home to some pretty fun hotel rooms and suites. But in this tower, there are some pretty amazing suites that go for a pretty pricey amount. Let's check out one of them, the Adventureland Suite. That's just obnoxious. The Adventureland Suite is one of the most uniquely themed suites at the Disneyland Hotel, intended to invoke a sense of safari and adventure. The foyer alone has these mask designs framing the entry, and then there are these 3 doorbells. Lighting and TV controls were all centered on these tablet displays, which were located around the room. It does take some getting used to, but there are physical switches if you can never really get used to it. If you're in the room for the holidays, your room gets a special tree which doesn't impair the view too much, and it's especially themed in that adventure flair. This room, and really these rooms, are very, very spacious, with so much seating area and a deep adventure theme. All over this room, there's tons of just props and staging from that remind you of Adventureland and even some Indiana Jones movies. In this shelf, for instance, there are books and letters addressed to people, handwritten letters, artifacts, and even with these butterflies, you see the butterflies will sometimes move. This one moves pretty regularly. This one will bang around in the jar, and this one sort of moves maybe. Yeah, we've seen it move only once in the 2 days we've been here. And you'll find little adornments like this all over this room. So this place has a library, right? Tons of books on the walls. It looks really, really nice and authentic, but you know, none of these books are actually real. Nothing can be pulled off the wall. It's all just wood. But if you do need a place to put your coat, they do have a closet here, hidden behind the door. You know, it's all about the theming, right? And if you're planning on doing some ample TV watching, you've got a great spot here to be able to watch all the shows you want right on the TV in pure, total comfort. I can get used to this. I need one of these in my house. The kitchen, a little bit of a galley kitchen style. It's functional and useful, kind of. You have your Keurig and much more coffee than you'd get in a regular room. You've got a bar here with room for lots of wine bottles down here, probably about at least 20, 25 wine bottles. So definitely designed for somebody maybe doing a long-term stay. Otherwise, lots of cabinet space, a sink, and a microwave, which is great if you're going to be here long-term. But let me show you the refrigerator, because that's also pretty interesting. So the refrigerator is not a normal kind of open door refrigerator. These are actually 2 drawers. And as you open it, you have room for lots of different kinds of food. This is for as it says here, a high humidity compartment. And underneath would be for your regular kind of stuff. So we have a pizza in here and a cooler box and a soda. So you do get a refrigerator, it's just a little different. This hotel certainly gives you the premium pool view, definitely, but it also has these special, I'm not sure if you can quite see it, these special giant bamboo poles that are it feels like it's wood that's just themed like bamboo, but this is how you're pulling your curtains open and close, and it's very strong and sturdy, and these are also very heavy curtains, so you kind of need something like this. So in the second bedroom is more like a tent. So this is kind of the campground room, and out there is the safari. So in this room, you're kind of in a safari tent, but at the same time, it's a bit more of a standard room. So same kind of amenities and things like that. There's no putting your luggage under here because there's a rail there. So these are not using the updated rooms. But you do get, the usual Disney art that you can experience here. Very much Jungle Book or Adventureland themed. And your own entrance, which is hugely useful. Your most unusual standard kind of bathroom with 2 sinks. And, we used it a little bit. And a regular bathtub with some time motif on the But when you do want to use the restroom here, you get to stare at either the hippos or the monkey looking down upon you through his book. As rooms go, it's a little dark and a little rustic. Kind of not really my style, but it's this side room here could easily be a guest room or a nice, if a bunch of you guys pull together and get this room, this could be like a nice little, apartment or whatever, kind of hangout place attached to the rest of the room, which is just separated by a lockable door. Not bad. Still, the adornments are not my style, but probably some people would like it. This room I can get used to. I don't know. Something about this room I like. I'm not a big fan of what's on the walls, but I don't know. I sat in this tub for an hour last night just watching football. It was very relaxing. I'm kind of a fan now. Having the chairs and the smoking thing, I'm just missing a beer. I can get used to this. This closet is big. It echoes in here. It's that big. You've got your extra pillow blanket here and another one in the other room. Ironing board, lots of drawer space here. And these drawers are decent size, they're decent depth. You can tell enough room for my short butt to fit in here comfortably, and a safe on the wall. But one thing that was interesting, we asked about where the robes are, and we're told the Disneyland Hotel no longer does any more robes. So I guess you're just gonna have to buy that robe from the store, a lot like what you gotta do with everything else here. Of course, the bed is kind of part of the show. 4-post bed, it's a little stiff. I really didn't want to break this up because it looked so fantastic, but it's okay. It's very warm. These make for no good TV viewing, let me tell you, unless you're sitting right smack in the middle. Otherwise, it's okay. It's kind of part of the kitsch, One thing I have to talk about are these tiles. The floors in this bathroom are heated. So this is an extra special experience when you walk on this floor versus walking on that floor. This floor is much warmer compared to this floor. It's an immediate 50, 60 degree change. So definitely much better experience when you're on this tile in the bathroom versus that tile. Huge, wonderful, very luxurious experience. Another weird thing about this place is that's how you flush the toilet. You pull it up, and you let it drop. Kind of weird. The master shower here is pretty special. Not just because, you know, it's a pretty big rainwater shower. A little step here, you've got this nice tile and these pebbles, and these pebbles down here are very nice to walk on. But because what's in here? What's in here? It's a complete steam room shower. And it's an interesting thing to have here. I don't think I've ever stayed any place that has something like this. So this room is just covered in these different kinds of rocks and pebbles, different colors all the way up and around. There's a shower head control here, another one here, which I think controls, oh, there's a drain down there. The thing controls the various steam elements in here, and even these seats and the ground are just covered with these great pebbles, which makes really a nice sensation to walk on. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to try this. Definitely. So, as unusual as this room is, there are still some quirks that are really kind of annoying about this room that if you paid, I didn't pay for the huge amount of money that this costs, but if you actually paid for this, there's a lot of things that are pretty unacceptable about this room. Let's take a look. It just chirps like this, like a train, all night long. Turn it off, that sound stops. Not really acceptable unless you're okay with hearing this. Sometimes you'll press the TV button and the divider screen will go up, but the TV itself won't turn on. So let's talk about this TV for a second. This TV never worked. Not once the whole time we were here. We've had this room for 2 nights and never worked. We called and they said they were sending engineering up to take a look at it. Never heard back. Never heard from anybody. Come to find out, these were put in 2 weeks ago, and only one guy is trained in Crestron systems in order to tech these. So when you go to TV and hit guide, that's supposed to come up. Nothing ever does. Never worked. Kind of bad show, bad customer service, but these are pretty new and they clearly don't have enough people trained in how to run these and how to fix them when they break. These iPads are a cool idea and all, but Just give me a regular remote. I don't need this. All these switches are on the wall anyway. And then there's this. I saw this gap. Good, almost half-inch gap. I can almost put my finger in there. And the floorboards. And this thing is loose and can move. Plus you can get into, this isn't sealed, so you can completely see all the mounts and all the other stuff behind this board. This isn't right. You should never, ever have a plug, not only that where you can see the gapping, but where you can easily move it around. That's not right. This is bad show. The toilet. It's been running like that all day. Called 2 people to come up and look at it. Still not fixed. So we gotta shut the door. Gets kind of annoying. So it's definitely a luxurious experience if you're into it. I'm not sure that I would pay the premium, but it's definitely a different experience and a different way of doing the Disneyland Hotel.